Hey, I'm live.
Woo, we're live.
We live. What's up, everybody? Oh, look, we already
happening?
got people joining us today.
It's 420.
It's 420.
It's our time.
Roll them up and light them up. Pack them up.
Cannabis Closet with
Next.
and MJ.
Nexus never fails for us. Nexus is always here for us. We love you. We miss you. What's up, Dusty? What's up, Margot?
Margot, thanks, guys. Ready for a fun,
us.
interesting combo?
It's gonna be a good one. We got show notes.
We have show notes again. We had we were kind of like we had a real show or something going.
I know. It's like we're professionals. What's happening?
I mean, I even have a microphone plugged in today.
That's what's good. She's like, I got a microphone. So, hey, make sure you like and share. Tell your friends we're here. We are going to be talking about some of those brand new cannabinoids that we're seeing on the market. And we would love for everybody to come in and join the conversation. I will say this about the conversation. Some people have feelings about these new cannabinoids. So I want you guys to be respectful in the comments, please. We will remind you when we get into the topic of discussion. But I definitely want you to be respectful to each other in the comments. But by all means, let us know how you feel about the subject matter today. We're going to be talking about Delta 8, THCO.
TCCP, we're going to touch on a couple of...
A little bit, yeah. And then Delta 10 is on the list a little bit.
There's also a Delta 6, which I didn't even Google yet, apparently. So we're looking at a whole and how they're derived. So we're going to talk the science. We're going to talk the opinion. We're going to talk the, how people that have used it, if you've used it or tried any of these new compounds, let us know. Let us know your effect, your thoughts. Keeping in mind, we are not scientists. We are not medical professionals. We are coming from, our own research of and discussing
those people,
our peers.
We've been reading research from those people, from scientists, from people who are doing the actual lab research. We are, yes, definitely getting stories from Leafly and places like that as well, just to kind of get a basic idea of what's going on out there. But we're also looking at those scientific articles, those peer-reviewed articles, things like that. So, and then also scientists and what they have to say. And I'm definitely interested in one we've been talking about today. Ethan Russo has something to say about the subject. So
I'm going to go ahead and throw that article into the comments. So if anyone wants to pick that up and take a look and
let everybody know at the M for MM mixer that we would love their attendance right here on the Cannabis Closet every Monday at 4:20 Mountain Standard Time. That is 3:20 on the West Coast. That is, and right now Arizona until the time change. That is 5:20 Central, and that is 6:20 East Coast time. Set your calendars, mark it down, set an alert. Please follow us on our pages. We would love that. And if you want to watch us after the fact, we're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts as well. So you can find us on some of the major podcast stations. Oh, yeah. If you're interested in coming and hanging with us in our Discord channel, we do have a Discord channel. We'll be happy to share an invite with you. Just let us know. Hit us up, and we'll be happy to send that over to you. Our email address is cannabiscloset420@gmail.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Come join us. I think, we're there in Discord almost every morning at some point. Pop in.
Sometimes in the afternoons.
Business. Sometimes we're encouraging each other to try and get workouts done.
Yes. Listen, you don't have to. That's me. I'm doing that. I'm trying to get
that. I am encouraging
do your squats
while I snuggle with my dog. I'm like, good for you. I'll be on the call in a little bit.
Listen, I just want my grow arms back, so I'm working. It's all body weight work too. I don't use weights or anything like that.
I got to get ready to ride too. I have to double the amount of days I rode last season was pitiful. And so I have a lot of making up to do. And if we're going to, I'm going to hold myself to the ride, at least my age days.
I'm going to be hibernating all winter. That's not true. I'll probably get out this year.
Yeah, I mean, I like the other things. I like snowshoeing too, so that's been.
I do love
I have
that.
snowshoes. I got to get out this season and actually do it.
What I don't love is that feeling I get in my chest that feels like my chest cavity is just gonna shatter apart because
Because
it's
it's cold.
so cold.
You should get one of those, and I tell Carrie this all the time, to get one of those. There are these vests and jackets and pants that you can get that have like they're heat packs. So basically they're attached to like a battery pack and they run heat thermal through.
I'm scared of that. I don't want to die from fire. Listen, I'm scared. What if it catches on fire? It just explodes, and then I die from burns.
I mean, it's a reputable company, so I would think that they have probably done some testing and whatnot.
On who?
I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
On who? Who'd they test on?
Crash test dummies? I don't know. I'm just saying you can't release. Well, you can release products, but I did have a patient that actually was telling me about his experience with it, and so I have.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You ever heard of this reputable company called Samsung? Their phones just exploded. Like they just exploded.
I know.
You couldn't even take them on planes for a little bit.
Too, so yes, you are correct in assuming that like maybe we don't put things so close to our bodies that are going to explode.
I don't know. Who'd you test it on?
Okay. Well,
who'd you set on fire to make sure that this wouldn't set me on fire? That's what I want to know.
How many people did you set on fire before you got it right?
How many people? Yeah. So okay, and I have one of those Omni heat, the ones that look like tinfoil on the inside that they're supposed to like keep you warm from your. Listen, Kevlar is no joke. I wore that, but also I need some stylish Kevlar now because the stuff I used to wear was it was navy camo, so it was like the blue digi. It was like navy blue digi camo. Actually, I wore old style camo Kevlars too, but I just want to let everybody know that this is just my opinion, and I might be judging you a little bit. Camouflage is not fashion, okay? It's function. It's for function. It's not for fashion. You understand?
Coming from the fact that I went to fashion design school, and animal print and camo have not ever really been my aesthetic. And so that's all I have to say about that. And I agree. I like to joke because, my sister has like jammies and joggers and stuff. She does not wear it out in public unless she's going to like McDonald's or whatever. But
McDonald's is not public.
Exactly. So exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, exactly. So we joke with the whole like, oh, I can't see you.
I'm gonna start doing that every time I see somebody in camo. If they're talking to me, I'm gonna be like, is somebody talking to me?
I saw a couple.
Can you hear that voice?
Camo, like eating like dinner or eating lunch one time, and lady almost got that fly. Did you get it? No, it just flew past my face.
Damn, do better, lady.
I know, she's like on the couch. She's like, that's it.
So that's all I'm saying. I may or may not be judging you, but I'm gonna start doing that to people that talk to me while they're wearing camo. Can you hear that? Did you hear that voice?
Throw in their voice. Where's that coming from?
Where's that voice coming from? Oh shit! I'm sorry. I couldn't even see you standing there in that camo.
So,
hey y'all, follow us on TikTok. Also, it's TCCP. It is the Cannabis Closet podcast, I think, or the Cannabis Closet, maybe.
The Canna Closet podcast.
The Canna Closet, maybe, because I spelled Canna with one N because it's TikTok and it's bullshit. But we would like to get to
TikToking more, so you should check it out. We've been having fun.
And also, I'd like to get us to 1,000 followers at least, so that we can go live together. So we can do a dual live. I can invite you as the Cannabis Closet, and then me and you, Canna Queen and MJ
I
could.
didn't know that was a thing. Okay.
It's a whole thing, but you gotta have 1,000.
All right. Well, there we go.
You gotta have 1,000 followers.
I
So
need to make my little boards of like my number goals that I want to reach.
So TikTok is 1,000 right now is the number goal we want to reach, and we are nowhere close. So it's a hefty one, but we'll do it. And I'll tell you what, you know what? I said on an earlier show, like a past show, that I was thinking about doing like a raffle or something for one of my Daily High Club pieces that I have. And how about we do a giveaway when we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok? Excuse me. So when we get 1,000 followers on TikTok, we will do a giveaway on this show.
So and some TikToks on the giveaway. Is that what you're telling me here?
Yeah, so we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on TikTok too. We'll encourage everybody to come follow us on these platforms because we're interesting as fuck and people want to watch us. Don't worry, it's going to get better. And then, yeah, we're on all the platforms. I mean, we're just going to be real honest with you guys. We want to monetize this. We want to be on the road, excuse me, next year. Hey, everybody, hydrate.
We want to do this like on the regular. Bring this show to legal states near you,
and bring this show to places where things are happening. You know, so that we can talk to people who are in the mix. You did hear something about a giveaway. So we're going to give away. Let's see. Hold on. I have the boxes under here. Let me see. I have 2 pieces. My throat is so dry right now.
Up real quick.
Hydrate. Yeah, I know. Everybody's
hydrate or take a hit, whichever your order or preference is. We are talking about those extra cannabinoid compounds everyone's been discussing, consuming, playing with, and we're talking about the craze, the concerns, the yeah, all of it. So please share. Have those. Yeah, thank you, Margot. We're gonna hydrate. So it's a dual purpose here.
It is. We're gonna this is the wood.
Oh yes. So a little egg. And so share, this is what we do. We want to talk about the ins and outs of the cannabis industry. We love our industry. We love the plant. There's a lot of bullshit in the industry that we are dealing with. And we're not talking about the fertilizers that are being used in the grows, my friends. So we want to start the conversation.
We will talk about that. We will talk about that if you want us to talk about that, because sometimes people aren't on the up and up of what they're using either. But that's a whole conversation for a different day, because that's not what we're talking about today. Okay, so this is one of my Daily High Club pieces. You can see the little emblem on there. It comes with a banger and a bowl, so you can use it for dabs and or flour. I recommend using different pieces for different things. That's just me though. But yeah, so we'll do this as a giveaway when we reach our number goal on TikTok. So we need 1,000 followers on TikTok. It's gonna be a minute, so we gonna keep talking about it. We're gonna need 1,000 followers on TikTok, and then we'll figure out how we get your names entered into this giveaway. But definitely, if you're showing up and helping us get followers on TikTok, we're definitely going to put your name into the drawing. So let's discuss on our next meeting how we're going to collect names for this drawing as we reach our 1,000 followers. Is it going to come from TikTok, or is it going to come because we're going to do the giveaway here on the live show? So we have to decide that. And maybe we'll get y'all's input on that as well. You know, we like to include you in some of our decision making. That's it.
All right.
1,000 followers on TikTok, so we could go live
on TikTok. Dino egg piece. Dino egg
for
piece. 1,000 followers. Yeah. So share to those that would like to hear what we have to say, contribute to what we talk about.
Yay! It's TCCP, and let me see if I can. I'll have to figure out how to share the link, but let's see if I can share the link. And get it into the
comments.
Comments.
Ooh,
yeah,
I'm gonna let you deal with that one.
Yeah, you let me do that. I'll handle
it. I can tell you what our TikTok is because it is. I'm programmed into that. The actual.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys what it is. It's so it is the Canna Closet podcast. The Canna is spelled with one N because TikTok is lame. So it's the Canna Closet podcast. If you want to type that into the,
is it all one word?
It's all one word. And I often just put at TCCP because we also have it listed like that. So you should be able to find it under at TCCP as well. And if you're unsure, you can follow me and then it'll link you right over to the Canna Closet podcast because, yeah, that's us. So we have a nice little crowd today. Let's not
microphone down.
Oh no. See, technical issues every time. We couldn't let you down. So we made sure that something happened. Guys.
I hope my computer doesn't freak out when I go to plug it back in and be like, oh, you're connected, you're disconnected, you're connected, turn off.
Okay. Hopefully not. It'll figure it out. So once you get connected, we'll get into the topic of conversation today, which is cannabinoids, new cannabinoids on the market today. Let me know. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready. So, so we didn't want to give away the whole show in one fail swoop of TikTok. So yay, TCCP works. So if you just type in at TCCP, you should be able to find us on TikTok. It's an easy way to find us. Feel free to share any of our videos or duet or stitch or however you want to play with those. Be nice to us, please.
And are adults, so there is cursing there. So if you are monitored by your parent and they do not approve of adult content.
Well, why don't they? They're adults, but also if you're 18 and over,
yeah,
that's our preferred. That's our preferred demographic. If they'll give you a gun, you're an adult. So here we are, 18 and up. Sorry, I got opinions. I'm not sorry to have opinions, actually. Today we want to talk about Delta 8, also THCO, a little bit about Delta 10, THCP, and maybe we'll dig into some others also, but those are the main ones we want to talk about today. To be clear, just to start, and this is, listen, we're not taking a side one way or another. I guess I will, but we want you to make your own decisions. So we just want to talk about this in the most educational way possible with,
But what do we want to remind people or let people understand why we have synthetic cannabinoids?
Yes. So these are synthetics, to be clear. And the reason that we have synthetics on the market is because of prohibition. It's because the herb is not available in every state. If the herb was available in every state, we wouldn't see this uptick in these new cannabinoids. So first we're going to talk about how they're made and then get into the science of it. And we posted an article about how Ethan Russo feels about THCO. I definitely encourage that as a read if you want to save that article. And so we're going to talk about these cannabinoids in the most educational way possible. I do want to note that some of these cannabinoids, while they are synthetic, the ones that we see now on the market, some of them do occur naturally, like Delta 8 in the plant, but it's such a very finite amount that it is not economical to extract it from the plant and create a product. The fly is attacking you. I can see. Was the fly attacking you?
Oh, and you like, I should probably put my hair down.
So I just want to make that clear, because some of the articles that we read were talking about how the legalities, first of all, of creating these products, and also the potential outlawing of some of these products. Now, if we outlaw Delta 8 altogether, when, I'm not going to say if, but when the growers, the cultivators, and the scientists behind the research and development at plant level figure out how to access Delta 8 naturally in the plant, we want to be able to provide it when it comes naturally. And I'm not downing anything. I just prefer natural. This is what I prefer. And I have, by the way, side note, tried Delta 8, and I have tried the THCO. So, what do we want to get into first on that?
Ooh, do we want to, I mean, I guess the science of it, I just actually shared the link, the Chemical and Engineering News, their article on the natural products, the Delta 8 THC craze and concerns article. So, I guess let's start talking the science of it. What is Delta 8? How is it a synthetic, or how is it created from? What is the difference between it scientifically? I mean, I have notes, just that
I have a picture of Delta 9 on my shirt.
I could probably share this one. That's actually on the articles.
It shows the difference between it's the double carbon is the difference. It's where the double carbon is located on Delta 8 versus Delta 9. I could not find the article again, but a lot of the articles that we read were talking about how Delta 8 is less potent than Delta 9. And it kind of gives this indica feel, if you will, a nice relaxed feel. But I was reading an article which I need to find, because I that information is important, I think. But it was saying that, how do you pronounce it? Olivetol?
Olivetol is the phonetic look, Olivetol.
It's used as a part of the process to create Delta 8. And I believe it actually does happen naturally, but naturally it also dissipates completely and is not found with Delta 9, but it is found with Delta 8. And that particular compound is, no, I'm hoping I'm speaking about this correctly, because again, I couldn't find the article, but that particular compound is known to kind of dull the effects. And there's not enough research on it to say if it's safe to smoke it either, which is one of the issues about it. But it could just be dulling the effects of Delta 8. They could have similar potency effects, but the Delta 8 comes with the Olivetol still available or around. I'm not sure how to say that correctly.
Yeah, the way
I wish I had that article, because it explained it so beautifully, and I think I just kind of fucked it up. But basically, what I'm saying is that leftover compound is what could potentially be making the Delta 8 seem less potent. And additionally, the article stated that there's just not enough testing to say whether or not this is something that's safe to smoke, to inhale, and so that could be problematic as well. So that's on Delta. That's a little bit on Delta 8, but this is the difference between Delta 8 and Delta 9, is where that double, see the red lines there, is where that double carbon is. So it's just located in a different area, if you can see that. That's the difference. It has otherwise the same exact structure.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll scroll down, and there's the Delta 10. The D9D10.
So yeah. Again, on the double carbon is on a different space. So that's just the difference in the structures right there. Did Delta 10 say it was more potent or less? Oh, I said Delta 10 was more like a sativa, like energetic. That's what it said. And then the Delta 8 was more relaxed and laid back, is what it said was the difference. But these are created through a chemical process, which I'm not going to butcher explaining, but there is a chemical process that is used to create these compounds, Delta 8, Delta 10, which could potentially occur naturally in the plant, but not in high enough values to extract or to create product from or to get benefit from. These are created by taking the CBD molecule and you know, kind of fucking with it a little bit, and then it creates it changes it up and it creates these compounds. I said it in a real dumbed down way.
I think in the same way that we talk about how CBN is changed, or how CBN is produced. It is a compound in the plant. It can be derived through THC and the processing of, aging of, heating of, chemically breaking it into a different, or
Right.
not breaking it, but chemically changing it, is essentially, I feel like that how these things are being derived.
But also, are there additives? So there's strong acids being added to this, is what scientists are saying.
They're saying that how they're deriving it, the chemical process to derive it, kind of like BHO products and the different ways that we pool and get concentrates. Essentially, we're.
However, the problematic part of this is that may be the case. So this is information that we've read these articles. We've also talked to people who are processing these cannabinoids or helping create these cannabinoids, or understand, you know, how they're created, because it's part of their process. So it is you know, could be similar to how we create our concentrates. But Delta 8, Delta 10, definitely THCO is created differently. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Are not tested right now either. And when we create concentrates, we're not changing the compound itself, as far as like it stays Delta 9 THC, or it stays, you know, I guess THCA, it stays THCA. When we heat it up, it turns to Delta 9. That's the process, but that's a more natural process. We're not adding anything to it but heat, right? And with these, there are acids and things that are being added to it, and we need to make sure. Here's the thing: is that if it's being created like a concentrate, and that's something that we've accepted as a safe process, that's all well and good. But we need the testing for it, because on the Delta 8 side and on the Delta 10 side, and these synthetic cannabinoids that are being created out of CBD, to be clear, they're changing CBD chemically to create these compounds. They aren't required. An up and up company is going to do what they're supposed to do, but these aren't required to be tested, because they're created from those CBD compounds. They're using this loophole in the Farm Bill to be able to create these other compounds. And to be clear, they wouldn't even exist, or we might know about Delta 8 and Delta 10 in those minor, minuscule amounts, but they wouldn't exist on the market if we just ended prohibition and legalized cannabis. We wouldn't have to have this conversation, which is important, because we don't want to see anybody using products with anything left behind that's not supposed to be there.
As we talk about this, and as this gets more discussion, as even I think on that decriminalization bill that we were reviewing, is that they're going to start talking about these cannabinoids and how it will be affected and how they're going to regulate them. They're not going to just continue to let this slide. So this is something that, again, if it's where your companies are going, or if this is a product you're providing to people, then be in those rooms of discussion of how your businesses will be affected. So Queen, I just rolled up on this part, and this talks about the olivetal.
Oh, okay. It might have been in this article that I saw it.
Yeah. So one thing that this researcher is saying is that, just the irresponsible production. So again, when we're talking about where you're getting your D8, where you're getting your different new products available and how they're being made available to you, there's still ways to make sure that you're getting at least a reputable CBD company processing your product and paying attention to what is going on, trying to develop products that are clean. There are going to be ones like the things that you might find at a gas station that aren't taking the time to, like this person said, to distill it or use chromatography to make sure that it's a good product.
I would like to, if we ended prohibition, our science could go into figuring out how to get this naturally from the plant instead of having to create this synthetic product. This is the exact article that I read, so I'm so glad that you saw this on the bottom part. And so this is what I'm talking about right here, is that added byproduct is sticking around. It is a natural precursor to THC, but it doesn't stick around when you have Delta 9. And we're not sure if it's something that we can inhale safely because there's not enough studies done on it. Stop buying your CBD products and any other cannabinoid products at gas stations, please. We're not even there yet. No, please stop. We're not. That's like way in the future. That's like way in the future, when legalization, when people are looking back at us like, what in the hell were they talking about? Why was it illegal again? I don't understand.
Right. I mean, how do you feel about products that are found at like Walgreens? Is that we get our other vitamins and such, and there are reputable products and CBD companies, and
I guess just I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a snob then. Maybe I'm just being a snob. I mean, you could tell me in the comments if you think I'm just adding to some snobbery right now. But I don't know. Just can you get testing results or something? I don't know.
And I think, again, when we're talking reputable CBD companies, they are putting that information out there. They are putting education out there to their consumers. At least.
I also feel like because there's no regulations right now, and this is a consumer-driven market, that why wouldn't I, responsible vendor, I get all my stuff tested, why wouldn't I try to sell more of it in places where people frequent too? So, I mean, I get it. I just feel some sort of way about it. I think because it's not regulated is my biggest problem with that. And so you don't know if they're using responsible vendors or not. You don't know when you go to a gas station, and gas station attendants, no offense, do your job, but like, they don't know either, really.
They don't know either. They don't care. They're just telling you the product.
And how could they? Right. Because it's not something that's required. This article,
more that CBD companies, more, how
it's a sticky wicket. Oh, how old am I?
Ooh, that could be a contest too. I think, well, to new people, to us that don't know us.
So, yeah, I just don't know how to answer that question. Anybody want to chime in the comments? You're welcome to, but
again, knowing reputable CBD hemp companies that have been born from being pushed out of the dispensary models in their states, and have moved on to other ventures that they didn't have to jump through the hoops or be demonized for doing what they want to do, and that is to help patients. And so when you have this capability by utilizing the plant, by working through a loophole.
An illegal loophole, though, to be clear, this is not legal according to the FDA
and the what is the word? Basically the shit.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up because it's on that.
You know what I'm
saying.
You know what I'm trying to say, right?
The
analog.
The analog rule. So there's an analog rule. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but where's the Ethan Russo article at?
Here, I have it in here. It's in the comments. I dropped it into the comments.
Yeah, I want to pull it up on my phone. I think I put it on the bottom or something. Or did you move?
Oh, are you looking at the show notes?
Yes.
It is under
hemp grower. There it is. Ethan Russo. Okay, so this analog rule basically says that if this product is illegal, trying to create a kind of an alternative to that product would make that product illegal too. Let me pull it up so I say it correctly.
I've got it. I'm going to put it on the screen. I have actually
okay, cool.
Particular right on my screen.
There it is. The Federal Analog Act. We're breaking it down for y'all today. We came with a purpose today. I hope y'all are enjoying it.
Anyone want to comment? Anyone have an experience with using D8, D10? We're going to touch a little bit on the THCO because that is
that's a different conversation. You can probably see some of it here. What we're going to talk about, but it's a different thing.
And we're also going to talk about the pharmaceutical aspect of the compounds that are made and accepted by the pharmaceutical industry. So, but yeah, here's
So basically, it says that if you make a similar molecule to the product that is illegal, that too is this analog to that product is too illegal. So, once they got time to address this situation, and also once health concerns come kind of to the forefront where people aren't doing this appropriately and right, they're going to have to address this farm bill. They're going to have to address regulations for hemp and hemp products. And this product may not be on the market. That is going, I don't think THCO is going to be on the market for sure. But the problem is we don't want to make Delta 8 illegal again, because it is a naturally occurring substance in the plant. It occurs at 0.1% in most plants, which is so minor and minuscule. We can't do anything with that. Some plants might get up to 1%, but that's a complete anomaly. That doesn't happen for most plants. And you can't really get any benefit from it or an economical extraction of it without 15 to 20% availability. And so, but I think over years and research and development and breeding properly and all of these things, that we could see kind of how we see CBG is more available in the plant post, early flower stages, post that, we're starting to see more plants that have more availability of CBG. I think that you will see that also with Delta 8, given the availability of research, right? So we don't want to outlaw it, but also we do want it to be safe, marketable to everybody. If it is a lesser version of Delta 9, we definitely want to know that for sure. We don't want that leftover residual, anything that we don't know if it's safe to smoke. There's some problematic things with it. And I think that, like I say with hemp CBD products, I say this often, that you just need to go with a reputable company. Somebody who does their research on the product, somebody who does testing on their product. Yes, I mean, so 200 milligrams of Delta 8. Listen, so we sat and watched somebody get wasted on some Delta 8. And her name was also Farah. Wasted.
First time, never ever though. First time consumer.
She was
never,
a first time
ever.
consumer. She had never ever used cannabis at all on any level really before.
I ate 2 of those bad boys and was like, that was
she ate 3 actually. And so she ate these like Rice Krispie treats that had Delta 8 in them. And she was toasted. She needed a ride home and stuff. And but for those who use Delta 9, you definitely notice the difference. It's okay. And then again, it does naturally occur in the plant, but right now we're not able to naturally extract it from the plant. So we do have to do a little bit to it, but it could be a similar process as we go through concentrates. But I would just like to see mandatory testing, making sure that we understand how any byproducts that remain are going to affect public health if they're smoking it. I want to understand those things a little bit better. I think that's not too much to ask.
Agreed. I think too, a lot of not maybe it is a concern, but is the potency aspect when they're looking at these new cannabinoids, and we're talking potency and the effect, and how and comparing it to D9, and we're already like and where we're at in the medical cannabis and adult use and the regulations that we're that our industry has had to go through, and now we're talking about the same. Taking the hemp industry into that same direction when we're talking about consumables of, another a cannabinoid.
And see, then this happens, right? Where we have a legal market, right? And then, but also Delta 8 and CBD providers on the hemp industry market are like, you don't need a medical card to come get some Delta 8, So,
and then are they educate you, and then they're not educating fully on the difference, or it's a sway to one-sided or one-sided education. And there's so many different facets to this. So it's not just so simple as saying you don't need a medical card. Well, then that's just then I would almost trust you going to my corner dude and saying, yo, I'll take a dime bag.
Why did we vote for legal cannabis in the state if we don't want to give people access to doctors and medical cards to get access to the organic product? I think I don't want to dismiss the hemp industry at all, because the hemp industry has been a really big savior. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It saved a lot of people who don't have access to regulated cannabis. I just want to be clear, because I always have to make this clear, because I hate the distinction between them legally. The distinction between hemp and cannabis is that 0.3% THC availability in hemp versus the availability that you would find in ruderalis or indica sativa type plants. And that is a legality that was given to the plant by lawmakers who don't really understand the plant, because honestly, a lot of hemp farmers have to destroy their crops because they test at above the 0.3%, and then they have to destroy their crop. These plants, when they're stressed, they produce more THC. Kind of like when we're stressed, we like to smoke THC. It's the same thing, sort of. And lawmakers don't understand that, and they're destroying perfectly good medicine. I would also say that having legality across the board gives more people access to the market. We definitely have to work on our regulations and laws about having to be rich as fuck to get into the legal market.
Well, here's
but and have access, but I think that if we didn't have prohibition, that there would be more accessibility to these entrepreneurs that are marketing hemp CBD. I think that they would have more access if we had more legality.
I want to throw something out there, like in terms of language and legality. There is distinction between the word cannabis, medical marijuana, and marijuana. In literal, even I pulled up some information about Epidiolex, which is the synthetic,
FDA approved synthetic,
FDA approved, derived from the plant oil. But they talk about marijuana is the flower, dried flower and leaf. Medical marijuana is the blah, 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 and then I lost this. So this is when I lost. I could not go back and find that. It was like this little, like,
they have 3 definitions for the same
cartoon, almost animated thing of educating, and then cannabis and what the difference of an Epidiolex is derived from the cannabis plant, but it is not. It is different from marijuana.
No, but what? No, it's all that. Listen.
So this is again
it all
language
falls under
matters.
the same umbrella. Listen, if you guys want to educate people and educate your staff or whatever, call us, CQLLC. We are cannabis consultants. We'll be happy to come and educate your staff, 970-426-5985, or you can reach us at customer service, cqllc@gmail.com. Because clearly, also, put your lawmakers onto us. We'd be happy to come teach them a class too. They got the money to do it. And also, never mind. I was going to say something. Anyways, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave Texas alone. That's all I'm going to say about it. Got $10,000 for a bounty. You can pay for me, I promise. Okay, listen, though. Okay, we would like to educate the world is really what we would like to see happen. Here's the thing. It all falls under the same umbrella. It's hemp, it's ruderalis, it's indica sativa, which are poorly scripted names, but I digress.
It's a pigeon dove situation.
Yeah, it's a pigeon dove situation. It's all the same. And lawmakers say it's not the same, and then they convince y'all that it's not the same. Or maybe they don't convince you of that because there's no regulations on and so everybody just thinks it's like legal cannabis, and it's legal hemp according to the law. It is legal cannabis, I guess, but what you're seeing now on the market is more synthetically derived as opposed to naturally derived products availability.
So when people think synthetic cannabis, they think the spice and the K whatever. I don't even, because gross.
Yeah, I don't know. Gross.
Sprayed product of basically a chemical to mimic THC. Is that what it is? I don't even know. Like, that's my extent, but that is
what we're talking about is like a chemically altered cannabinoid. So that's
when you look at Wikipedia's synthetic cannabinoid definition, it is totes.
Yeah. So to be clear, what we're talking about is an altered cannabinoid where they're taking either CBD or Delta 9 THC, or Delta 8 THC even, which is very complicated to discuss and explain, but we will, and creating another compound with it. They're chemically altering these compounds and creating them through Okay, so let's get into THCO though, because this one is, I feel like, more concerning to me than the other ones. It's being billed as the spiritual cannabinoid. It's supposed to take you to great heights and lengths. And I'm not going to advertise for this, but I was given one at the expo. Well, we're not going to advertise it. But I was given a cartridge about it. And so I did experience it. I tried it for sure. It came on fast and it left fast for me. Some people say that it puts you in this like spiritual, euphoric state, and that it's stronger than Delta 9, saying that it's at least 3 times stronger than Delta 9. I would say, in my opinion, I'll stick to Delta 9. It didn't really do anything. So this is just my personal experience. It didn't really do anything out of the ordinary to me. I mean, it got me stoned really fast and then it was gone really fast, you know? So I was back to smoking blunts. No big deal. But here's the problematic part is that this uses what is it called? Acetate. Oh, it's a THCO acetate, and it uses an acetic anhydride what does that say? Can you scroll down a little bit more? Just because I'm reading it right off. Yeah, so that's part of the chemical process. This chemical is extremely dangerous, extremely flammable to start. So processing this is an extremely dangerous process. But also, again, we're not sure what's left behind in this product. We're not sure if any of these chemicals are left behind, they could be as dangerous as the vitamin E acetate that killed over 60 people when they were trying to blame cannabis for the deaths, if y'all remember correctly, when it was actually coming from unregulated and untested and out of the United States products that were not say. And that's why I tell you, don't buy your stuff at a gas station, because a lot of these products are sold in those types of places, unfortunately, and without regulations attached to them, they're dangerous. And also, side note, there were also some underground, I don't want to call them underground because it's not the same, illicit providers that were providing a Delta 9 cartridge. Yes, I put that in air quotes, that contained these basically poisons. It just basically shreds up your lungs and makes it look like Swiss cheese, to unsuspecting people who wanted to have access to Delta 9 THC. And so they went and they purchased it from somebody that maybe they trusted. I don't know. And that person got it from an illicit market provider, out of country illicit market provider. They labeled them. What was the most popular one? Do you remember the name of it?
I don't.
Because they labeled them. They had all these crazy cartoons and stuff. They're still out there on the market.
Yeah, it was bad.
And so what they did was have these boxes mass produced, these packaging mass produced. I think one of them was called Dank, and then there was another one that was out there. And they have these packaging mass produced, and then they send it out to these people, and then they put their product into the package and they get it out and put it out on the illicit market. And there you go. Now we have a bunch of people who are using something that's turning their lungs into Swiss cheese. Those who survived are going to have medical issues for a lifetime. And it's just overall dangerous. So that's part of the reason why we're doing this show. But then when we talk about this THCO, when we talk about this THCO, the danger is in the chemicals that are used to produce this. Now, THCO does not happen or occur naturally in this plant. It is purely a synthetic product, purely created. It is said to be created from Delta 9. However, hemp providers, listen up. And if you are somebody who isn't in the processing part of this, you may not know this about what's happening. But basically, THCO is created from Delta 9. Well, Delta 9 is not legal in all states, but CBD, hemp produced CBD, is legal in all 50 states. And also, they are creating Delta 8. So there's a process to create the Delta 8. And then they're saying, this is what they're saying that they're doing, and there's no regulatory body to check them on this. They're saying they're taking that Delta 8, which was processed from a CBD molecule, and turning it into THCO. That's what they're telling. That's what they're saying. That these providers are saying that's the loophole. That's how they're getting around it. It all sounds a little convoluted to me. Just my opinion on it. And I'm going to go with whatever Ethan Russo says, because he's a very knowledgeable scientist that I've been following for years. He's very well versed on the endocannabinoid system and how it works. He's very passionate about this plant and about the science behind this plant. And if anybody has a direct connection to him, I would be happy to have him on the show and just let him talk the whole time. It would be probably a reprieve for everybody. But he's saying no go on this THCO. Like, stay away from it. It is dangerous. And he is not the first person that I have read or even talked to that's like, THCO, there's not enough testing. There's not enough known about it. The processing is very dangerous. We don't know what we're inhaling, so that could be very dangerous. And so the word on the street is no thank you to THCO. I don't know. Do we have anybody in the comments that wants to state their opinion about it? You're welcome to. We would love to hear it. So also, one of the things that this is my favorite thing in here, because he doesn't just say they faint. He actually uses scientific terminology to explain to you what causes the fainting, which would be rapid heartbeat and low blood pressure.
Sudden drop in
or a sudden drop in heartbeat and low blood pressure. Excuse me, I said that wrong. And so it's from being too high. And if you've ever greened out, sometimes cannabis can make us feel ill or something like that. Too much is definitely too much. So THCO is said to do that quicker, especially to those probably with no experience with cannabis or little experience with cannabis. Like I said, I didn't feel overly stimulated by this particular product. I did try it. I'm not going to try it again. And yeah, I don't know. I wasn't swept off my feet by any means, but there could be, it sounds like it could be problematic. So,
well, I'm okay with that. No to THCO. But let's go back to so is there anything else you want to?
Did I skip over stuff?
No. THCO, I'd say don't. Oh, he's advising hemp growers and processors to not go to, concentrate on producing a quality product where what went into it and what that it was properly made. No pesticides, no heavy metals, all that good stuff. And
especially like prepare your business model to lose this product.
Yeah, if you are doing it, if you're riding the wave, more power to you. But there's
these products may not be available legally on the market.
And if you're a consumer, it's too new. I don't think I would trust it.
I know we all want we want the thing that's going to be the cure. It's going to be the symptom relief. It's going to be the thing. And we know that Delta 9, not just Delta 9, but the other cannabinoids available in these products, in these legal regulated products, are very useful in treating symptoms and sometimes even curing certain illnesses. We know that, and people want that, and they want access to that. And so when we tell them, well, we don't have access to that, but we have access to something similar, of course, people are going to want that product, because if it's similar, it probably has similar effects. And honestly, there is research being done on Delta 8, which I love. A lot of our cannabinoids are researched under synthetic means, because they come out in such minor amounts that there's not enough to test. So even Raphael McCullum does research with synthetic cannabinoids that are created from the plant material, but they have to create more of it so that they can get a good test sample. These things can be tested. We can learn more about it. And so there is testing, scientific testing being done, research being done on Delta 8. It is available in the plant naturally, but not in very high amounts. So I imagine they're testing the synthetic versions of that. We just need to know more about it. When a chemist says that they're nervous about the process of Delta 8, we should all listen, okay? Because they spend a lot of money to go to a lot of school, and they're super smart if they have the title of chemist. I'm sorry, but they are. We have to listen to them, at least about science. So when chemists are nervous about even Delta 8, then we have to really pay attention to what's going on and see what is the concern and how can we alleviate the concern and make sure that the product is, if we maintain availability of the product, that it's safe for the consumers who are going to be using it. And that means that we don't want anything extra in there. If there is anything in the product, that it should all be tested and understood. If it's a dangerous to inhale or to consume, or whatever the case. I'm getting too high to speak anymore.
Basically, it's if we're talking about it the way that we talk about D9, about the night, THC. Oh, THC, but DH, yay,
I think it's a slippery slope too, if we think about it too. If they're synthesizing the Delta 8, right? Then what's to say that they're not going to do something? I mean, already I say they, and when I say they, I'm probably talking about legislators, corporations, Big Canna. Big Canna came from Big Pharma, came from Big Tobacco, comes from alcohol industry. So Big Canna is not our friend, right? So when I say they, that's who I'm usually talking about. In this instance, I'm talking about Big Canna, and I think that if they are going to allow synthesized products on this side, that then we're going to see something. Tobacco is addicting because of the byproducts that are in the tobacco products. So are they going to create an addiction value to our naturally sourced cannabis? When I talk about addiction, by the way, I want to just be clear that I'm not saying that people don't have dependency issues. Dependency and addiction are two different things. And the way that they are separated, or the way that I separate them at least, is that dependency is here. Okay. You think you need that thing, but addiction actually affects your entire body. Your body says, I need that thing, or I'm not going to function the way that you need me to function. Dependency is something that people do have. They do have problematic use of cannabis. I'm not going to deny that happens out there. But cannabis in itself is not physically addicting. And so the body is not begging for it, unless, side note, you have symptoms that you're treating and you haven't treated your symptoms. Your body might be like, hey,
your body is begging you for it.
But that's not addiction. That's symptom relief. That's a different thing. Again,
that's your body.
That's you are sick. That's why you're taking cannabis, etc. We could get into that deeper if you'd like, but I am concerned about big cannabis turning into a big tobacco situation, turning into an alcohol industry situation. Definitely can happen, where there's addiction value added to a product that we've been trying to maintain its organic value
That's what they
for
talked about with the
ever.
dronabinol. They actually mentioned
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
addiction aspect of dronabinol, or why the pharmaceuticals that are made, that is something that um, they, I don't know if it's necessarily dronabinol, but basically had to reschedule. They rescheduled it for it so that it could be consumed. So even though it has more likelihood to be dependent on, it's descheduled, or not descheduled. It's scheduled differently, so it can be made and processed.
So that they can make, so big pharma can make money off of cannabis, a lot of money off of cannabis.
And it had to go through the process, it had to go through, the whole, because it is a synthesized,
There's a lot of good research on those pages. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've looked at those. When I was teaching, I was always on those pages. The companies that created those products, I was always looking at their research. They did a lot of great research. The problem that I have is that we don't have legalized cannabis in the United States, but somehow big pharma got around that little bullshit rule and have created a product that is made the same or similarly, like oils and things from the plant. They've extracted it from the plant. So they have this product on the market, but we can't put our oils on the market because our oils are Schedule 1.
So that's what it says. I found the actual part where it says, currently, tetrahydrocannabinols, including THC and other chemically related compounds derived from the marijuana plant, are assigned to the most restrictive category, Schedule 1, because they have no currently accepted medical use and have a high potential for abuse. Synthetic cannabinoids with activity similar to THC would also be automatically assigned to Schedule 1 according to DEA regulations. An exception to this is dronabinol, Marinol. Initially a Schedule 2 drug, it was reassigned to Schedule 3 in July 1999 as a result of a petition filed by the manufacturer. It is that easy, really? It's that easy? I just get to file a petition and, say,
well, with lots of money, right?
Who's do that?
Whose pockets were they shoving money into? Like, also, they were shoving money into pockets. That's why they got that. You got to have a lot of money, and then you can do.
By contrast, cannabinoids that are not found in the marijuana plant and that are chemically distinct from THC, including anandamide and several synthetic cannabinoids currently being evaluated in preclinical studies, were not classified as controlled substances at the time of writing. These compounds, therefore, represent more attractive candidates for drug development than their marijuana-derived counterparts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's also confusing, making it a little scary. It is a little scary.
Just like it's a plant. Let us stop talking about synthesizing it and let us do our thing with the plant.
I'm not telling you to do anything illegal that you're probably not already doing. Make sure your plug is getting product from tested legal spaces. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Or they're doing it themselves, and you know that their product
know your grower.
Know your grower. Know your
caregiver.
I just know that some people got plugs in some states where maybe there's a little bit of an, and all I'm saying is maybe ask them where they getting their product from. Is it one of these amazing, beautiful places? We know, listen, even though there's not a legal import-export rule, we know that it happens. Okay? Nobody's that stupid. And if they are, they're probably a lawmaker. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Yes, I did. Because they don't think like, they think like lawmakers and law enforcers.
Well, and they use numbers and money, and they are easily swayed by dollars and
dollars.
Mm.
Dang it, we missed it again.
Oh my gosh, even 3 minutes before I was like, don't forget. Shit.
We missed it again.
Hey, like setting the alarm or something, like setting an alarm.
Y'all on the West Coast and Arizona right now, until y'all change your times back, need to let us know that we're missing your 420 so that we can smoke with y'all at 420, not 429. Where's my bowl? Binga, binga, binga. So,
all right, what else? I did find that article on THCP if we want to take a look at that.
Is THCP a similarly created product like THCO, or is it something that happens naturally in the plant?
Let's see.
These are questions you should be asking whenever you see a new cannabinoid on the market, ladies and gentlemen. These are the questions. If it naturally occurs in the plant, there could be some rise of it, and I don't know, maybe it's in minuscule amounts and they have to change something, which I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of feel some sort of way about it, I'll be honest. I would rather it just happen as naturally as possible. I understand that it's not available in large amounts, so I get it, I guess. But a fully synthesized, non-existent cannabinoid.
So from what I can see in this article, is it is saying that it is a naturally occurring. It is the naturally occurring cannabinoid molecules have alkyl side chains. It has extra alkyl side chains is basically the gist of it. It has a different tail. It works with the ECS system differently.
So it occurs naturally, but does it occur in large amounts naturally, or is this another one that they're like, oh, we saw it and then we wanted more of it?
Let's see.
And again, I'm on the fence about how I feel about that, because I know that a lot of the testing and research that's done on even major cannabinoids before we understood how fully to get them extracted was done on synthetic molecules, because we had, so like, if the testing is being done on those, like, so that we understand it better, then I feel like the benefits could be there. We just need to make sure there's no residual byproducts. Thank you very much for saying that in the thread. I appreciate y'all's participation today. It's been amazing.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. They found it on accident. Basically, they were conducting, whatever. They were using advanced mass spectrometry and liquid chromatography technology on a natural cannabis sample provided by the Military Chemical Institute in Florence, Italy. And so, yeah, just found it on accident. And I can
go Italy.
Go Italy. And again, it talks about it being more effective than THC at binding with the CB1 receptors because
it has more tails.
Little tail. And you can throw it up here. It's an interesting aspect. It's if we're looking at, and they're talking how it interacts with your ECS.
Who's naming these things? Because I don't appreciate somebody calling one THCO that is a complete synthetic and the other one called THCP that is natural. Stick with the deltas. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It probably has something to do with its chemical makeup. I'm not a scientist or chemist. I mean, a little bit I'm a chemist. Look, watch.
You just combusted something.
Chemistry.
This is the article if you care to check it out. I don't think it is not a site. I don't know what the oracle is, but that is where this THCP information is coming from.
cbdoracle.com/cannabinoids/THCP for those listening to us today. Gotta start doing that more. We're gonna
We
be
do.
professionals
We
by the
do.
end of the year.
The Cannabis Closet podcast. Thanks for joining in, everybody that has been with us today.
Tell us how you felt about it. We would love to hear more from you. If you're listening after the fact, definitely hit us up, cannabiscloset420@gmail.com, and participate in the conversation. If we start getting emails like that, we'll definitely read your comments and stuff on air when we come through. Don't forget, we're going to do a giveaway when we reach 1,000 followers on TikTok. We're going to discuss how we're going to collect your names and do this giveaway. But definitely help us get to 1,000 followers on TikTok. You can find us at TCCP. That's the Cannabis Closet podcast. So that's our initials, TCCP. Giving away this lovely dinosaur coming out of an egg.
Name it.
We should name it.
Name it.
Oh, totally. What is its name?
I mean, I'm always a fan of Egbert whenever there's any kind of like egg thing going on, but it's just me.
This is a dinosaur though, so I feel like
Dynamite.
I think that's the name of the box, maybe. Thank you, Will. I appreciate the input on that. We would like to bring you lots of information. We like to talk about the problematic things that are happening in the cannabis industry and try to come up with solutions. At the very minimum, we're going to educate you guys because that's what we love to do. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch live every Monday at 4:20 Mountain Standard Time. That's 3:20 on the West Coast. That's 5:20 Central, and that is 6:20 East Coast time. We also post our shows after the main show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, as well as a few others, but those are the main ones. And you can find us on our social media, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. The Cannabis Closet podcast, that's POTCAST.
Come hang out with us on Discord.
Oh, yeah, and come hang out with us on Discord. We're often talking about what's going on the show. Sometimes we're talking about some of our other business ventures, so you might get like a little information or little.
And sometimes we're just getting high. So
sometimes we're just getting high.
Just join us and chill. So I don't know, come be social with us. We love to see you here in the comments, but we like talking to you in person too. So
yeah, absolutely. We're just regular old people getting high in a Discord sometimes. That's the way life goes.
You're not old.
I'm not old. I meant old like a bunch of, I didn't mean like old. I would never have I ever called myself old. I would never do that. Yeah, so you guys should come hang out with us. If you're interested in joining us, just shoot us an email, like I said, cannabiscloset420@gmail.com, or hit us up on any of our messengers or whatever. I don't know if we can get messages on TikTok, but I think we can on Instagram. So definitely hit us up. You can find me, Canna Queen DGO, on all social media platforms as well. If you can't find the Cannabis Closet for some reason, I'm definitely connected to that. And I will be happy to send you an invite to our Discord. When you come to our Discord, our rule is treat humans like humans. We're not going to judge anybody. We're not going to disrespect anybody.
But we'll tell you to get the hell out if you're an asshole.
We certainly will. We certainly will. I think that if you follow us already and you watch our shows, you already know that we'll do that. We stand for humanity. So take care of your fellow humans. Straighten each other's crowns. Make sure you be nice to yourselves, talk nice, say nice things to yourself in the mirror, look yourself straight in the eye when you do it.
Cultivate love, motivate yourself to bring the things that you want to you. You already own it. You already have it. It's already yours. And just because it's not tangible and in your hands,
got to remove that blockage.
You got to bring it to you yourself. So it's not just saying the words either. It's doing the actions. So,
and believing in yourself.
Yeah, and the believing in yourself, and having your squad behind you. Have someone share your dreams. Have someone support you. It's hard to motivate yourself sometimes. We should be doing it for ourselves, but sometimes it's hard to go it alone. So It's not bad to have a cheerleader saying, you can do it. You can do it.
You can do it.
So cultivate those around you to get you through those moments. When you are feeling your lowest, you've got to there's at least one person out there. And if you don't have one person out there to tell you that you are awesome and here for a reason, you can always reach out to us. You got our email, you got our socials, friend us, and come join us on Discord. We'll don't go stalker on us because we will hurt you.
That's right. We can fight.
We do invite you.
No unsolicited pics, y'all. Not what we're asking for.
No, this is not an invitation for anyone. Like, no, literally.
You guys.
Sorry, I was not thinking in that direction, but we do realize that people are
people. There it is.
Humans are disgusting.
Let's do it.
Wait, I got to pack a new one. I'm empty. So thank you, everyone, for joining us on the Cannabis Closet podcast today with Canna Queen and MJ. Always stay lifted.
Stay lifted, everybody. We'll see you next time. Monday, 4:20 Mountain Standard Time. Don't forget, mark your calendars. Set your alerts.
Start
we
your
love y'all.
With us.